Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Lasham Daily Briefing for Saturday, the 11th of January, 2025. As usual, starting with the synoptic, and we can see midnight last night, we've got high pressure that runs basically from the southwestern corner of Norway right down into the Bay of Biscay and beyond. So there's virtually nil wind right across the UK at the moment, and we do have an occlusion sort of lying out to the west, but that's not moving very quickly, and I very much doubt that's going to affect us today. That's the position at lunchtime today then. There's a occlusion right down the west coast of the country. It is weakening, as you can see from the little crosses in between the occlusion symbols. And I think that's it's not going to affect us today. We'll take it through another few hours to midnight tonight and beyond, and you can see the high pressure starting to move out into the English Channel. The occlusion is dissipated through to lunchtime tomorrow. We can see there's a high out over now out over Europe, and the low pressures to the north are starting to dominate, bringing in a little bit windier weather and a few fronts coming through. So that's what the weather holds for the next few days. Satpic, if we look at this, it comes up towards where we are right now. We can see there's a fair bit of clear skies there. There is some cloud out to the west that's associated with that occlusion that's there. And the rain radar confirms that with a bit of rain out in the English Channel and again up in the sort of northern parts of the Irish Sea into the west of Scotland. Looking at the forecast then for rain throughout the day, if there's nothing really gets our way, we'll take it through till about 3-4 in the afternoon, and you can see that the picture there is southern western Wales and the West Countries are getting a little bit, but that's about it really. The Odium TAF is not valid, but the METAR is saying 2603 knots at the moment, 7 kilometers visibility and mist, no clouds, -6 and -7 for the temperature and dew point, with the pressure at 1028. And if we have a look at Farnborough, we'll go straight to their TAF. They're forecasting variable 3 knots, greater than 10k visibility with few at 2,000 feet. And then temporarily between now and about 12 o'clock noon, 8 kilometers visibility. Between now and 11 o'clock, there's a 30% chance we might get a bit of freezing fog, bringing the visibility down to about 500 meters. And the vertical vis has been very poor. And then from 12 o'clock through to 6 o'clock, the vis around about 8 kilometers. Spot winds then to the north of us, 1,000-foot wind, 150, 10 knots. To the south, 160, 10 knots. That's very much a southeasterly flow. And a quick look at windy. There's no arrows on there at all really at lunchtime today, and they're suggesting 1 knot northeasterly. So that'll keep the wind chill factor down, but it's still going to be cold out there. Local Met Office forecast for this area shows clear skies through until about 3 o'clock this afternoon. So that'll help having a bit of sunshine on the ground. It'll help keep everybody a little bit warmer, but the temperature is still only going to get up to about a maximum of about 2 centigrade. It's going to be bitterly cold out there, and it's only going to be above zero for about 4 hours. Wind then is northeasterly throughout most of the day, 3 knots, and that's pretty much it from the local forecast. GFS are suggesting 3 centigrade at lunchtime today with the dew point down about -1, and the local weather station not working at the moment, but the camera on the south side is, and that's showing nice clear skies, but a little bit hazy in the visibility, and it's just a little bit of ground fog. It's starting to develop as the sun gets up. Sky sites are showing clear skies right through until the hours of darkness, which suits us fine. And top meteo, they're showing a little bit of cloud there, If we run that through as the day goes by, you can see it clears into blue skies where we are down here. So it should be a really nice day according to Top Meteo and SkySight. No Thames then. Number 5 down at the south there, that's Goodwood. Their operating hours 0900 till 1600. Number 9 is Oakhanger. That's a rat for unmanned aerial systems. 12 is Waverley. I wouldn't worry too much about that. That's not coming into force until about 4:15 this afternoon, and it's the firing of flares. 11 is Winchester live firing. There's an increase in the height of the sort of danger height to 1100 feet. It's above ground level. 14 is Ash Ranges. Delta 132 is active, and 15 and 16 to the north of us there. Butterfield and Welford. They're again rats for UASs. Let's move on then to the sort of local briefing, and we'll start with the usual Odium cross section. Looks good for a cross section this time of year. The bit I'm interested in is up until about 11 o'clock, we're in a sub-zero layer. As the sun comes up, that might give us a bit of freezing fog. We'll just keep an eye out for that. And then after about 3 o'clock, we're back into the same kind of air mass as the sun's going down, and we don't get so much heating from the sun. We might end up with a little bit of sort of misting canopies towards the end of the afternoon. So we'll keep an eye out for that as well. Surface winds starting off somewhere around about 240. But it's going to be most northerly variable throughout the day, according to the cross section here. All the others are saying it's going to be an easterly flow, which is why I've set up on 09. Hazards today, freezing fog. So just keep an eye out when you are a bit airborne. It can develop quite quickly, as it did yesterday, for a short period in the morning. We thought it was going to fog right in, but it dissipated again. But we'll just keep an eye on that. Glider bookings today. Looking at the booking list, it's going to be a very busy day. We need all 5 K21s that are available to us, and both K13s out on the airfield. And we need a few single-seaters out as well. I'm sure those that have got them booked will get them out. Church notices then, usual SPL deadline. We all know about that, but if you've got some paperwork and get it to me, I'll get it signed. There is still a slow sort of dribble of paperwork coming through. It all has to be done. Movements today, there's nothing to report. Airfield ops, the general situation, there's a high pressure from Norway down to the Bay of Biscay covering the UK. And there's occlusion lurking out to the west. It's a gentle, cold, easterly flow on the airfield, so basically wrap up warm today. Runway 09, hard for launching, cables on the boom to the north today. Landing on 09 grass, the going is soft to firm, and please avoid using the wheel brake unless it's absolutely necessary. The south end, we've got it down to saturated, but it's probably quite frozen at the moment, but that'll just be a crust on the top. Underneath it will probably still be quite soft. So please don't land on the taxiways or the disused runways either. They're shown in red on the next slide. And please clean the gliders at cease of play. But bear in mind, with the cold temperatures, just get the mud off the bottom of the fuselage. Don't start washing the whole glider down. We'll just end up with ice all over them. So the airfield set up today, launch point vehicle just to the north of the centre line, winch launching to the north with the cables being brought out down the side of the runway, and aero towing to the south. That's it for me today. Have a great day out there. If you find yourself getting cold, take a break, get inside, get warmed up. Flying when you are really, really cold is not good. You can't concentrate on what you should be concentrating on. So make sure you stay warm when you're out there. Don't get cold if you can help it. See you out there.